How's it going, folks? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your pal Cal, and today we'll be going over something new that's coming out very, very soon. And I kind of want to give you guys a sneak peek at this device because, well, there's a lot of potential, to say the least. Some of you might know the Flipper Zero. The Flipper Zero is iconic in its own right, and people all across the world have been trying to dethrone this device as the king of pen testing tools. Now, the Flipper Zero is awesome. There's no doubt, no matter how you feel about any aspect, developers, the software, firmware, the device itself, the device is badass, man. So many people all across the world are inspired each and every day behind this device, and it's built an amazing community, and I've mentioned this 1,000 times. Now, the Flipper One, we'll talk about that later. Anyway, there's been a device it's been out for quite some time called the Kisu V4A, then we had the Kisu V4B, and at first launch, it was a $70 flipper. It was a card-sized flipper, and, you know, we've done giveaways for the Kisu before. I love the Kisu. The Kisu is awesome. Card-sized Flipper Zero, and arguably a little bit upgradable. The NFC antenna can be even more powerful than the flipper. The sub-gigahertz can be more powerful than the flipper, but it wasn't really a completed device. More so like a dev board. Extra GPIO pins that almost nobody would use, but it's a good board. All in all, I like it. I like the Kisu. I've done comparison videos between the flipper and the Kisu, but I'm getting besides myself. Rabbit Labs is one of the best developers and stores and community members in the community, and they sell Kisu V4Bs. Now, Kisu and the Kisu team, specifically Sasha from the Kisu, I don't know what Sasha looks like, so I'm just gonna put this cat right here. Sasha is a genius, and the great mind, I mean, this woman really knows her stuff and has done a wonderful job in producing just some really cool devices. Now, mind you, this is sort of niche. I understand that the Flipper Zero is not really meant for everybody, even though I would argue that anybody could start learning about any protocol on the Flipper Zero just by getting a Flipper Zero. Now, Alex from the Kisu team was kind enough to send me the new KIISU SMOL, which is what this video is about today, because what this thing can do, the potential, and what they have planned might just dethrone the Flipper Zero if you're into Tamagotchi-esque devices. They have a lot of plans, and I really like what they're headed with this. Now, I will not be the only one testing with this. I'll be conducting my 2 weeks of testing, and then I'll be sending it around to the CCC and other members of the community that you guys know and love. I'll link them down below in the description as well. I'll try to send it to everybody so everybody can kind of test and give their feedback, but man, let's get started with the features. Now, upon first glance, this little guy is tiny. I mean, smaller than a Tamagotchi, literally. I'll give you guys the exact dimensions in a second, but we've got 6 buttons on the face. I have yet to power this on. We're actually gonna see what this says together. I really hope it's not that weird thing that I've been seeing on Instagram. But on the back it says KIISU SMOL. The whole thing is in the shape of a cat, and I think that's pretty cute. It's made for a keychain. Now, if you've been watching some of the stuff that involves in the community on Reddit in particular, I have gotten off of Reddit completely because it's gotten weird. But on Reddit, there's a developer, a board developer by the name of Melkeve. Melkeve is an amazing board developer and an ingenious man from Chile. He actually, could be Chile, I might be wrong, don't quote me on that, but Melkeve has made the Game Boy board for the Flipper Zero, allowing you to dump ROMs straight to your flipper, he makes great boards. He's actually made a whole lot of boards, and if you guys want to check out his store, he has a store on Tindy, and we're going to be getting into Tindy in another video very soon, so, make sure you tune in. But Melkeve, one time, I want to say a year and a half ago, it could be 2 years now, he teased a keychain, Flipper Zero keychain that he developed himself, and man, Reddit went crazy. You can Google it, Melkeve, I think it's called the Chiquito, or man, I don't remember what it was called, but it was a really cool keychain device, and everybody wanted one. And he gave a timeline, it never got met, and I think it just got blown in the wind. Melkeve, if you're watching this, man, you're a genius, and I would love to see that come true. Reach out to me. Emails in the description. Anyway, guys, Melkeve's keychain, everybody wanted one. Every single person just was going crazy in the comments. Those posts are still up. And essentially, it kind of looked like this, just a little different. Small keychain. It could do almost everything as the flipper. He even has videos where the TV Be Gone was working fine. This is that. but with a twist, and I believe a whole lot better. Sorry to interrupt real quick, but this video is sponsored by Midwest Gadgets. When it comes to NFC development, testing, and upgrades, Midwest Gadgets have something for everybody. Want to measure the NFC field on the device you're working with? They've got the Field Meter Pro. Tap to pay function not working on your iPhone or Android? They've got sticker repeaters. Want to amplify the NFC capabilities of your Kisu V4B? They've got an Explorer board and a Discovery board, which, man, they work really well. Want to amplify the NFC antenna on your Flipper Zero? They've also got an upgrade for that as well. The world of RFID and NFC can be intimidating, but you can find all the information you need at MidwestGadgets.org and their YouTube channel that I've linked below. Let's get back to the video. All right, let's get started. Remember, this is a pre-production model. I'm actually not sure if I'm supposed to be making a video about this. I was supposed to be just conducting testing, but I thought that you guys would really like taking a look at this because I think this is awesome. We got a nice little 3D printed KIISU. I got a purple one from my other KIISU, so I'm gonna put that with that one. And this case is nice. I still do not know the layout of the buttons. Nothing is labeled. We've got a USB-C port on the bottom and this paper right here. Let's, oh, it pops out. Now, I was told this pre-production model will have different buttons than the final product, and they do have a plan for the KIISU Small, but man, this is adorable. It's got the same display as the Kisu V4B, and this says Kisu Mini V1A. Oh, let me see these buttons. Oh, I'm pretty sure this is tied to the battery. Let's take a look at the battery. Now, I'm almost sure that this tag says something crazy, but let's take a look at the KIISU back on the back. Oh, we've got our NFC RFID antenna on the back. This, we're gonna have to test that in a second. And it's made up of two different parts, which we can just undo just like that. Oh, we might need to add female headers. So this battery board right here, and we've got, we got all the main components right here, as well as UFL connectors, those tiny UFL connectors for us to add external antennas. Yo, this is... Now, upon first glance, I can honestly tell you, I didn't think I was gonna like this much, but the main reason why I like this is because their plan is to go modular. GPIO is not your standard GPIO, it's kind of its own thing while also being compatible with Flipper Zero firmware, and in this case, we only need momentum because if you aren't using momentum, what are you doing? Also, don't forget to buy Willy a coffee. I'll link his Buy Me a Coffee down below because without him, we wouldn't have real functionality on the Flipper Zero these days. Now, the main board. We've got the pins labeled on both sides, so are the buttons, so back, left, up, select, okay, right, all right. And on the back, we've got our CC1101 Bluetooth UFL we mentioned earlier, as well as the CC1101 antenna, but it's capable of doing its own thing. Infrared transmitter, infrared receiver, and man, I forgot to ask one question. Is the memory embedded onto it, or is there going to be an SD card module? Let's power this little guy on together. Oh man, definitely powered on. Ooh, do me dirty daddy. Now, it doesn't seem like the NFC antenna is working properly. This is probably due to the fact that it's still a beta, but I'm gonna add a Midwest Gadgets sticker repeater and see if that changes anything. Hit OK on read, and let's... So we got our typical KIISU Flipper Zero UI. I believe this is the fork from Momentum. And yeah, no, it definitely operates. I don't like these buttons. These buttons will not be the buttons that they ship out with. I despise these buttons, just to be perfectly honest with you. Dude, I love this size and form factor. The fact that it's a keychain. Oh man, hold on. I'm messing up with these buttons right now. Oh God. All right. Let me hit OK. Okay, so I was correct. The memory is embedded into the actual board, which is really nice because you don't need more than 16 gigabytes on a Flipper or a KIISU anyways. Now, it's about 3.3 centimeters long on each side, as well as being just about 0.8 centimeters thick. And that's a good size for a keychain. You might be asking yourself, why haven't I shown all the functions? That's because this is a pre-production batch and I wasn't supposed to be making a video on it, but I got really excited when they sent me a picture of the official KIISU Small ESP32 C5 GPS board for this device. That means you have a KIISU which is running Flipper firmware dual band Wi-Fi built in with a built-in GPS for dual band sniffing, dual band war driving, dual band everything. And that is kind of the direction. I've mentioned this numerous times. Having dual band and tri-band devices it goes a long way. And having an ESP32C5 there, now you have IoT detection and a lot more. The Flipper Zero is arguably the most popular all-in-one pen testing tool. Having it the size of a keychain, Tamagotchi-like, and modular, that's really nice, because some people don't need sub-gigahertz, some people don't need NFC, some people want dual band Wi-Fi with a GPS on a keychain, all being powered by a CR2032, or a 2032. That's ingenious. Now, lastly, I want to show you guys this PDF that has everything about the KIISU SMOL that they've put out, at least for now. They're still improving, they're taking recommendations. They have the ESP32C5 board, which might have an ATGM336H, or the L76K by QuickTel. They've also said that they want to put a LoRa module and just make it so the boards are expandable. You might even see KIISU SMOL boards. We don't know. We'll have to see. But they've got everything here. There is no SD card slot. The memory will be embedded onto the board, and they're talking about maybe they wanted to do 500 megabytes, and that's not enough. 4 to 8 gigabytes is fine. 16 gigabytes is way more than enough. And honestly, I'd say that they're good with 8. 8 is a perfect number. You could put almost everything on the Flipper Zero, and you wouldn't exceed maybe 16, 18 megabytes, or 18 gigabytes rather, of memory. But yeah, no, that's everything. You can see they're putting a lot of effort into this, and this is Sasha's dream. And Sasha, if you're watching this, great job. Please change the buttons. I like the form factor. I like where you're headed with this, and adding a GPS, dual band GPS board with dual band Wi-Fi board with a GPS, that's ingenious. Your head's in the right place, and I am rooting for you all along the way. I love it when developers do stuff like this, man. It's a nice device, and having it be already, the software is kind of already there, is pretty good. There will be changes to kind of how the applications work. I'm almost sure that they will be using Momentum, so that's an obvious win. Having a keychain Flipper Zero, Tamagotchi, they've got different goals, different stretch goals, for example. I don't know if they're launching on Indiegogo in the next month or so, but I'll keep you guys updated. But this isn't going to be the last time we go over the KIISU SMOL. We will be going over more and more iterations as they progress along the way, and I'll keep you guys updated. I like it when developers do this, like they reach out to members of the community to kind of show them like, hey, the product is real, it's there, as opposed to all hype AI generated crap, and they're listening. That's what means a lot to me, is the fact that they're listening. Thank you so much for the love and support, guys. Love your faces. We'll see you next time.